Hello and thank you for joining us for this exciting match of 100 Thieves versus Echo Fox Academy. It's going to be a good one.
It's going to be Game 5, and the 100 Thieves have chosen blue side, which has so far 100% win rate in this series.
Absolutely correct. It's been pretty crazy for these guys. We're going to have to see what they can do. Yasui has been playing his heart out, and he had this to say about his team going into playoffs.
I think the best version of Echo Fox Academy is the one that is not randomly feeding a bunch of free kills in like the first 15 minutes of the game. Because I think we're really a strong team fighting team, and a lot of our losses have come from us like dying really randomly and like losing early objectives, and then the game just blows open and we can't even get to the team fight stage. I think we've kind of figured that out, and we've just been working on our fundamentals so that we avoid that. Yeah.
I got to tell you, Yasui looks like he's got the 1,000-yard stare being scarred from all those matches, but that 1,000-yard stare is also what's allowed him and the rest of Echo Fox to see exactly what lies ahead in a Game 5 chance at upsetting the team that was supposed to be one of the strongest in our league after their 10-game win streak.
Hey, man, if you see a lot of crap in your life, then you know what's coming at you.
Yeah.
So he's got that stare for a reason, and he's definitely been using those instances of his previous lives to work that mid lane. Doing a great job so far, able to step up against Soligo in matches. A few of the games have had a bit of jungle pressure, but usually the fights are in the jungle themselves. So it's coming down to who actually has priority at these times of the lanes, not really who is going getting ganked in the mid lane.
I also think that one of the things that the Echo Fox squad has been doing well is recognizing that 100 Thieves is going to commit early game resources to get someday ahead. That's a fact.
Yes,
They're going to get someday a pick like a Renekton with an Elise or an Aatrox and Elise, even though Aatrox has been getting banned. But the point of it is these picks get outscaled. They're not going to be able to team fight you later. And if Yasui, as he says, as we've seen in these 4 games, they are a team fighting team. They wait it out. They get past that early stage, they will not only be primed with the better champions, but the better playstyle to approach this match.
It is pretty strong. Something like that as well isn't a thing a team can adjust to in the game, right? Yeah, you know your opponent's going to play late, but that's not a strategy we switch up right in the middle.
It could be.
You still have to play yours, but you're right. It could be. That's so much to drastically change in one fell swoop, though, to try and figure it out. You have to play. Isn't that the thing, though, as we like just branch out into different conversations, that it is kind of Game 5, blah, 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 and then you see a team pick like a poke comp, and you're like, why did you get yourself to 20 minutes? Like, why did you have to win this early game? So hopefully none of the teams do that to themselves here, because you think you could pick a great team, and you're like, wait, now we're 20-minute win or not.
So this is super biased because I ran this, but in Game 5, down to the wire, Gragas, Yasuo. That was the composition. So we basically ran a bunch of comps and then had 1 or 2 that would be, okay, end all be all. What's the cheesiest, most powerful thing we can come up with? And then we had those comps. And so in the Game 5
like Wukong
situation,
top and stuff.
no, I think it was Shen or something. I don't remember. But the idea, we had a Tristana, which also combos with it. But the idea is you have a pick that if you drop it at Game 5, it's so unsurprising or so surprising for your opponents. You're like, wait, you waited for Game 5 to bust this out? And if that wasn't enough, fatigue is coming in. You have to acknowledge that this is very grueling for a lot of these players. None of these players, or not many of them, have actually gone to Game 5 of a best of series. They've been here since 3 p.m. The stress of every match back and forth. The Baron steal again. And you have to go by, do we have to get the vision? Again, drill it in. Get the wards first, then push mid, or push mid, get the wards.
The difficulty is amazing. I mean, you think about it, man. You play Super Mario. Those are small jumps you used to go over, but you would sometimes fall into those. Super easy jumps. Why? Because you'd played too long. You were tired. You just got lackadaisical, and you thought, I make this jump a million times, and then you fall in. That little crap happens in a game, and you just get more kind of in your own head. You're like, wait, I didn't do that in games 1, 2, 3, or 4. Why now 5?
What's different? And then you realize, oh, I'm just really exhausted. My eyes are tired. I'm blinking all the time. I'm missing a lot, and I've only eaten bananas for the last 4 hours,
which is still good.
My potassium is over the roof.
All these bananas. Oh, LCS, why do you feed us so many bananas? That's not true. I don't know. 20 seconds on the clock for bans here. We're into game 5. Echo Fox is looking to right the wrongs of their spring split here in this matchup. 100 Thieves coming in with a huge win streak that was snuffed recently, but still, that does not stop any of the power they bring to the table. They're in the playoff matches for a reason, and they're really one of the favorites to keep moving on here. Echo Fox has something else to say about it, though, as 100 Thieves are back on blue side.
And 100 Thieves are back on the same 2 bans. They have not switched these all series long. Kiana into Saya, whereas Fox Academy not only changed it in the last 3, but in these 2 as well, with the Aatrox and the Azir once again. Not giving that one over to Soligo, forcing him on the Corki instead, or the Nico, like we saw last game.
Jarvan, I like it.
All right, so
could still get that Skarner out of Panda.
Yeah, so I think they're more than happy with the Skarner for
like
Panda. Yeah, and if Sejuani is locked in here, this is exactly what 100 Thieves wants. You know you're denying Panda. The Skarner was pretty good, though. He found quite a few picks, even though he did die on his own in an uncalled for death. But oh my word, we've let through
the karma.
Aatrox
Azir Yumi was the reason it got let through. We saw a little hover over the Wukong for Alorum there, I believe, from Someday.
Karma is the pick that is strong enough to end all blue side superstitions for this game.
Oh, yeah?
You have the power of Karma. She is absolutely insane right now. I believe that the 914 changes, or is it 915? One of the 2 that the shield has not yet been re-nerfed, so she is still very, very powerful. And if that wasn't enough, on red side, she's a flex in 3 roles.
Yeah, I was going to say
actually,
that's
4.
That's pretty disgusting, especially when Echo Fox get to their fight phase. Not a real Sivir ult, but you have a basic Sivir ult. If you mantra into your E, your entire team gets that movement speed, and you can easily disengage seeing that on the hunt come to you. So many versatile options here. Also, the tether being upgraded for True Sight recently. Don't think we're going to get that for any of these champions this game, but we will have to see a final pick of Corki coming in. One last one for Echo Fox before phase 2.
But if this proves to be a support Karma, if Yusui is going to go with the Kai'Sa, it's going to be a very different situation than having a Braum that helps you out with the damage. So I think that it might actually end up being a Braum. I think this is a top lane Karma. To me, it makes the most sense. It's exactly what Lorlo wants. Doesn't matter if you lose lane, doesn't matter if you if you die, you're still going to be able to provide shields and speeds for your team with slows.
Gross.
Help your hyper carries with an Ardent Sensor, with the heal of the Grail. So this, to me, is top lane Karma 100% of the way. Yusui is not that player. He's already locked that in. And Phil, in that role, I think would be much better suited to run the Braum again. And it would just make this comp and round it out, really. But what does Panda jungle into it?
Gragas, Yasuo top. Just kidding. A crazy play. I love this team though already. I can't wait to see Yusui get these shields later, have overdrive speed, shield speed. He is going to be insane if he can have a game like he did previously on the Kai'Sa, I believe game 3. And now
I think a Gragas ban is in order for 100 Thieves Academy here. All the other junglers, no, Trundle, okay, that makes sense. Just to really get rid of the beefcakes. Gragas is not going to be as beefy. I think that he didn't have such a stellar performance. They did lose that game when he ran it, so taking away the tanks.
The target choice wasn't spot on for when he was approaching Sivir, approaching that bot lane. They still have a Tom Kench to work with as well if they want to get that in there for the Sivir. Make that option work again. Braum for the side of Echo Fox Academy. They've loved this crowd control. Being able to set that up with so many marksmen is a nice thing to have anyways.
Yeah, and it's a pick that I think we saw coming from a mile away, which is why I'm surprised that 100 Thieves did not do anything about it. They've been playing Braum for the past few matches. It works really well with the Ezreal as it turned around their entire bottom lane, which used to be a winning lane for 100 Thieves Academy, and now it's kind of splitting even.
That was banned last game as well.
Yeah. The engaged support. He was playing the Nautilus, now has Rakan. Even more powerful than not.
Yeah, I got when you're chasing around so many people that do want to stay split, right? You're going to have Braum in the front. You charm Braum, not much is going to happen. But if you get Braum Kaisa right away, Karma right away. That disrupts all the utility this team wants to bring to the table. And you're going to have another separation in the fight with some days Camille coming in. It's been the Aatrox getting played against the Camille in this matchup. And someday it was always the Aatrox, but now he's on the Camille for 2 lumps.
This is going to get tricky because now Someday's on the champion that legitimately has insane carry potential. The Camille in the top lane against the Karma can snowball out of control. You've got the Sejuani ultimate to help you out as well to really lock that one down against carries. And it also has kind of a bit more finesse than most champions that Someday was playing, whereas you had Renekton and Aatrox before. This is one that I think everybody could agree has a higher skill ceiling. Therefore, we get to see more of what makes Someday tick.
So does this still play out in the way that Lorlo sees a hook shot, Lorlo shields, Lorlo tethers, and disengage and do it again? Basically.
Pretty much. This is just shield everybody, have your carries do it, but 100 Thieves has a ton of scaling here. You've got a very easy way to wave clear between Sivir and the Corki, and that should keep you sustained while you have the Camille split push, and then you have the options of engage with Rakan and Sejuani. So this is just going back to basics for 100 Thieves, whereas Echo Fox has a much more difficult to execute composition here. Having the Braum and the Ezreal, something that we know is fine, but when you don't have a hard engage in the other parts of the map with Karma and Olaf, it really is about finding the right fight as opposed to forcing it.
All right, Coach Kelsey Moser and Mabry head off stage, giving their players the last words before the final match of these quarterfinals. Who will go on to possibly face off against Cloud9 if they are chosen by C9 and Golden Guardians? We're about to find out right now. It's Game 5. The silver has been scraped. We're about to be on to the rift for this matchup. We'll see some new pickups coming into this game. That Olaf finally getting through for Anda. We'll see if that does go against him in the jungle, trying to play through that low attack speed passive, as well as Camille now on Someday. We get a little Karma on the top side.
I gotta ask, have you ever used that line before? The silver has been scraped?
I think once before, indeed. I also love that Someday utilizes the game giving you a trinket outside the base rather than purchasing one. Make the game work for you.
Nice.
Yes.
30 seconds until
And it also has the tick down too, so you don't lose any time.
Yeah, you gotta go by the gate.
Yeah. Easy peasy. And then as you walk up to each ward or turret, you charge up the turret, if you notice that. If not, the minions do it when they walk up.
Oh.
Come on, man. God!
What is that skin?
It's amazing is what it is. It's Olaf.
Oh, SKT Olaf. Okay. Just got word from our producers that is the skin indeed.
He's feeling it. See how this works? She looks like her feet were all kicked out when she went into that for a second. Good trade in damage, just about even. A little bit of gold over to the side of Lorlo there, as you saw with Kleptomancy.
Yeah, the Klepto Camille.
Oh yeah, I was just gonna say, you got a pocket of gold too. All right. And to get her thoughts on going into Game 5, Pastry did catch up with Kelsey Moser. Let's hear.
Thank you very much, Riv. I did have a quick chat and ask, did you think the series would maybe go this late? She actually said that it's been a surprisingly rough week for the Thieves. Their main team is still fighting for playoffs, so using players from that roster wasn't that easy. And Prisma's actually been sick for most of the week, and they were playing Fraggus in some of their scrims, believe it or not. So certainly it has been rougher as far as prep goes for the Thieves than they would like, but she's fairly confident that given with the Sivir and the team fight that they have, and just her general confidence in the team, that they will be able to bring it home and make it to the next stage of playoffs. So I guess we'll see if they can pull it home in the mid to late game. Back to you guys for the call.
Thank you, Pastry. It does seem like, as you were saying, Crumbs, they've set themselves up to bring that kind of late game composition to the fight and secure a Game 5.
Let's just hope Prismo feels a bit better. It's only one more, and I know these games, the fatigue will really get to you, and hopefully doesn't make matters worse of just sitting on stage playing with the cold AC and only bananas.
Bananas help, Crumbs.
Too much potassium.
What do you got against bananas?
Too much potassium.
All those players look damn healthy to me. Let's clean up for Anda on Isle Raptors. He gets himself up to the top side of the map now as they ping bottom side. there was kind of a caution ping over towards Wolves. They might not know the path of Panda right now as Anda makes his way safely towards that side of the map. Both camps picked up here. And yeah, Panda's going crazy. He's just going for a super farm so he can get himself around and maybe in for a gank, as he is quite healthy as well.
I love this choice. There's no need to be crazy aggressive here. Some of your lanes do have pressure, but you can out-farm most champions, and Someday has been using hookshot super aggressively for the most of the laning phase, so instead going to look into fighting Anda, who I believe just used Arctic Assault.
Undertow.
Oh, missed it.
He's like, don't worry, I didn't mean to miss that. I'm going to hit it again. Nice damage, another undertow hit. I'm pretty sure Panda didn't go top because of the way Lorlo has that wave right now. He said, if you gank, this thing's going to get reset, and I'm really enjoying where this is against the Camille, especially Someday.
Worse than that, if you over-chase it and the wave starts crashing into the turret, you actually end up denying yourself and without the guarantee of getting the kill.
That's pretty painful. No situation happening there, though. And one last auto. Oh, he hit stun. Unfortunate. Didn't get the concussive blows. Missed out a bit of damage, but good fight back and forth. They do have lost low on mana, which always feels good against the spell slinger of an Ezreal.
Do you know what doesn't feel good? That the third time in this series so far, we get the first dragon being Cloud.
You almost said ocean, didn't you?
I really did. I made sure to look at the symbol, and I thought, wait a minute. That looks like wind. It doesn't even look like a cloud.
It always happens more, especially when you don't want your brain to do it. Saying, don't say that. Oh, what, this word? Exactly how it works. Hook shot over. There's a shield. That's the scenario we were expecting. Yeah, tactical sweep can come back, but Camille isn't getting that true damage shot off of her precision protocol strike on Q. So that's the one you want to avoid, and Lorlo's doing a great job of it.
He's so aggressive.
The CS hurts, though.
Using his hook shot on cooldown, just try to get the most out of this matchup. Already having a bit of a CS lead, but once again, this is all in Lorlo's plan. It doesn't matter. Yes, he's going to lose lane to Someday. No one is surprised about that. But will he be able to impact the map as Karma? And he did a good job as Poppy, and we'll see what he can do on the Karma. Amanda is getting caught out, though.
Ooh, nice. Oh, a flash over the wall. Sligo wasn't able to connect a lot of shots, but Someday is here for a teleport?
He flies in out of nowhere.
What is this?
And gets first blood, too. That's huge. That makes his TP so worth it. Now turning into a Cloud Dragon, almost said ocean again. But this dragon actually matters a lot. You're dealing with champions that rely on speed-based skill shots. You've got the Ezreal, the Karma needs that speed a lot, and then the Olaf, the Undertows. If they're faster than you, that is really difficult to continue to chase people down. Whereas had he had the ocean himself, it would have made his job way easier. This is him invading. Not level 6, not really giving a lot of respect to the rest of the team. And even if Someday wasn't here, he would have still gone down.
That's crazy. Someday just looking for a play. What would be Yasui. And they get to shut him down, but they take out Panda as they find him in the jungle. Sheen picked up by Someday. We haven't even really seen him hit the Qs that much, but now if he does, it will sting for Lorlo.
I think him TPing really is just a sign of just how much he cares about winning this one.
Absolutely.
The quickness at which he sees Olaf, I'm in. I need this one. Like, let's get over the finish line. And if they had a rough week of scrims too, and your players are feeling uneasy, he can take this responsibility to really step up and buy another week for the team to play in quarters, start semis, and make a big difference there.
Ooh. Steal this away from Anda?
Corki's collapsing.
I don't think he knows Yasui is there. Now they will if they can pincer them back in. Bot lane's getting pushed in, so Lost and Phil are doing a great job at keeping 100 Thieves pinned in and quarantined to their turret. And now it has been a few members to make it through. It's going to be a good fight in the bot side here as top lane's going a little tit for tat. Good shot. Saligo doesn't have too much damage to offer just yet, but Panda's becoming low. Phil even lower. Stunts over the wall, but he's not going to get any entrance onto a member of Echo Fox. And now it looks like Panda's kind of up the creek without a paddle. Great dodges by Phil here, and I don't believe 100 Thieves will be able to follow all the way through with the blast cone. One last shot, and they take him down. Internal combustion.
And that is now going to be a big payoff as the blue buff is going to be denied from 100 Thieves over Fox. Let's see what Olaf can do, though. He's pretty healthy and still has ultimate, so he can fight, but there is no prior in the bottom lane.
Smites down for Panda. I don't know that Panda knows that right now, so they're saying, hey, let's just let them have their own blue. He'll take Scuttle. Perfectly fine for him. And those Sheens are actually in 2 hands, along with a BF sword. So if we saw 100 Thieves getting in any fight here, they have good damage spikes.
And Fox just has no vision here. They have to be inside the brushes to get in. They're getting collapsed on and heavily outnumbered there. No way to really have Panda turn things around. So it's all a complete retreat. And Phil, he was out. He really was out. He could have just continued to walk to the top side, but instead he chooses to give up his life and ignores the fact that Panda has ultimate. He was not going to be caught out.
So good too. Foss bomb there, giving him a little vision around the corner. Easy peasy pickup for the team. No death yet on the side of 100 Thieves to start things off. That's 2 assists to Saligo. The kills come from Anda and Someday. And Anda has 100% kill participation. His Elise in game 1 was disgusting. A deathless Elise, and also helped to carry the team all the way to victory in that one. See if we can do it again here. Great start on the Sejuani.
This is more of the 100 Thieves we're used to watching all season long.
Yeah, setting a pace early, that's their own.
Exactly. I couldn't have said it better myself.
That ward for Someday still lives. I think it's in the historical wards of a lived a long time Hall of Fame now. That was placed just after we saw him get the teleport kill, so you can see how much return on investment that one's had. A gank towards the top side. When wondering, Anda hasn't come up here. It'd be hard to gank a Karma, but I'd say it's also hard to gank a Camille. Gonna hook shot out of this one if they don't get on that goal side.
Oh, okay, that's just push the lane. I'm trying to make sure that Lorlo doesn't actually get ganked because there is no vision either, so nice attempt overall, and they were correct in identifying that there was imminent danger as Sejuani is on the top side of him.
Pickaxe. Yusui has 2 of them. 1 for each hand. I like it.
Lots of damage. He got to double pickaxe. That sounds like something out of a nightmare scene.
Yeah.
If you get caught out by somebody running at you with that.
See if he can dig a grave for Saligo in mid. Get this out from Anda. Saligo will be able to help. Then they at least have shots on the eye every time they need it. Bot side is being hovered by Panda, so they're going to be able to grab this 100 Thieves, really able to just choose where they want to go with what resources in this game. Once that Rift Herald comes up, looking at plates across the board, I think we have 4 on the bot side, so 1's been picked up there by 100 Thieves, and that's the only one in the game so far. Expect more with 3.5 minutes left for plates.
And more solid objective control out of 100 Thieves. Will it stay around long enough to secure this dragon, though? Because Panda is very fast doing this. This is a nice time. Good idea. Pop this right now. Fox is committing to it, and worst case scenario, you can trade it for an inhibitor, but they're not going to get the flank gold. Instead, a fight is happening.
Stun's crazy. They move themselves up to the Drake. Are they going to be able to get this? Rift Herald goes off, and that's going to be able to get some plates off the mid lane that nobody picks up. That's going to be Drake. Infernal going over to Fox, so they give him more damage here. Foss bomb! Heating up Panda as he comes out of the stopwatch. And it looks like mid will be 1 plate for Saligo here as he picks up a little gold for himself. But you're right, they had to pull off due to that fight. They were not able to get the dragon either.
Only sad grandmas here. Lots of plates being served, but nobody there to eat them up.
Aw. I almost didn't get your reference, and that was a great play for him. Great job.
Thank you.
See if we can make them happy. Nobody likes sad elderly people. So, make me happy. No, I'm just kidding. Oh no, lost! He is just that in the bot lane, and he's gonna go down to Anda 2-0-2. As they're not really caring who puts the money in their pocket because the plates are gonna be flowing this game. Phil kind of hanging out of the turret. Just seeing if they will take it fully, if he can absorb some of that experience as it goes down the turret. Looks like it will fall with a reinforcement wave coming through, but Phil wants to pick these minions up as it happens. And they'll what fall? They're going to back up.
A complete steamroll of events for 100 Thieves.
Yeah.
The Rift Herald into the mid play, which is a really nice collapse into the dragon. So I don't like this decision from Panda to pop the ultimate to dodge out of the Rakan ultimate, but there was not a lot of sight. They didn't really know if anybody else was going to be collapsing. So Instead,
Nice
he
flash.
now doesn't have it for the actual CC that matters. So he gives up his life. And then you got an Olaf that is not going to do a whole lot for the team. You are running Warrior, and you are significantly behind the Sejuani. Even though you are a few levels up, Sejuani is always going to be able to do more than you. She's got the same gold, and she doesn't need to get in there and try to whack away with auto attacks. She just tanks for days. See, this is why I had said in the other game, you don't need to ban the Olaf for Panda. Because there's a good chance that if
it'll work against
him. Yeah, these kinds of champions are very lopsided in that they steamroll or just completely feed. So this is the beginning of what could be a feed one, but he is with a strong level lead.
Yeah.
So it might turn to a kill if he catches somebody by surprise.
Not the Olaf he used to be. Remember Voyboy all the way a long time ago? We were like,
solo
oh,
lane
it's,
Olaf.
It's 30, right? Yeah, solo lane. We were like, oh, it's 20 minutes. Now it's 30 minutes. Okay, he's Atomic Olaf. It's 40 minutes. Nobody can stop this guy. It was like, that was the game. Now, not so much. He works quite differently at this point. And it's going to be tough from when you're behind. On the other hand, you think if the Skarner back in, which was banned, but even behind, you get yourself in, hit that one pull, as Captain Flower said, one pull changes the game if you can get the right one and not get popped. So it is hard to provide anything now that he's behind, but not impossible.
One pull, one dream. In worst case scenario, you at least get that tax. So
yeah.
Good ways to get the most out of your champion. And now we've got Fox Academy kind of floundering around, not knowing what to do on the map. If you take a look at the vision, it really is all 100 Thieves. There's only 2 wards for Echo Fox. One in the top lane lane brush, and another one in the bottom one.
Keep track of spikes as well. Remember Echo Fox using this Muramana build just a few games ago. Got pretty powerful when those went up, but we're far off the mark now. 165 on that tier build up for Yasui. Before 39 for Lost. He got us pretty early, so you expect that Ezreal to be doing some good damage as we start breaking a few of these lanes. A minute ago, we had plates drop. A Rift Herald has already been used towards mid, and that turret is down for Echo Fox. It makes it so hard to guard the rest of the jungle if the other team can now push forward and start placing wards a little bit past that. To boot, Someday's ward is still alive in that back red portion of the jungle.
And that ward, that tower mid, allowed them to actually have Someday steal that red buff and now potentially looking to dive this Karma, but there is no minion wave, so they're just like,
the Karma farmer.
Probably not. That's a little bit of a tanky Karma already with the Seeker's arm guard. We got a big dragon coming up though, Riv. 30 seconds on a Mountain Drake that all series long have done a phenomenal job in impacting the pace of the game. But with all this control in the mid lane, I have to give it to 100 Thieves. You've got a Corki with a Trinity Force and Sorcerer Shoes. The poke is real. It's already level 11. This should mean you push mid, and then you collapse to the rest of the waves. And Prisma will just be able to teleport back in here. So Fox will be outmatched.
This is one of the games that 100 Thieves needed, the fans needed to see, and they needed to see from themselves. There was a lot of early trading in the previous games. If they are going to take it, you need to move on strong. You need to move on able to close out and carry games. Your opponent's always going to be tough, but this seems like the 100 Thieves we saw the past few weeks that were continuing that win streak and something they would love to carry into the playoffs with that strength. Just a few minutes short of Baron up on the Rift as we get quite a bit of love for the bot side. 3 members strong, Panda just on the outside. But that turret still has quite a bit of HP, and I don't see them diving straight past it. Gonna be knocked up here for Panda. They want to try to get at least 1 kill, but that's an easy escape with the TPs coming in from both sides. That's gonna be actually Lorlo from the top side. He does not get stopped as he comes in. Whoa! They get absolutely obliterated as Panda and Lost disappear from the map. That's a double kill coming in for Saligo, and 100 Thieves just clamped down hard.
They just took down 4 members of Fox Academy
instantly.
in just a matter of seconds. And it all started because Fox overforced their hand. There was no reason to go for that play right there. The chance of getting a kill, first of all, did not exist. There wasn't even a play there, and 100 Thieves sees the opportunity. You know what? Punish these fools right now. Press the punish button, and this is what you get. Look at this. Ezreal is not in a position. You're not going to get Sivir. Rakan is slippery, and the teleports come in. And if that wasn't enough, they haven't done a good job in cleaning out the river. This is why I said that 100 Thieves were going to have priority when it comes to drag. The Corki shoves up, has priority over the Kaisa, it rotates to the bottom lane. There's no vision. There's no reason to go for that play for Fox Academy, and 100 Thieves punishes harder than they could have ever hoped for. This is one of those games where you're playing with your buddy, oh, punch for punch, and then suddenly you throw one, and he knocks you out.
He did see it, right? Ooh. Kaisa blast cone over the wall, missed Sumday's ward back there. Another ward over on the other blue buff. And finally, you're getting Lorlo with enough time to clear out the river. You can see the pacing that Echo Fox has is falling behind a little bit of the things they were picking up in previous games. Clearing those wards, setting up more position, and always having an opportunity to get back in a fight. Here, it seems a bit more reactive, which makes it that much more dangerous.
Yeah, now a 6,000 gold lead with Baron coming up in a matter of a minute and a half. This team does not shy away from sneaking that Baron with 2 people, and when you have 2 carries and with another mountain coming up, this is potentially 100 Thieves getting everything they need to really hammer this game home. Double mountains would definitely do the trick, but 1 is more than enough. And Fox, if they can just find a way to regain control of their jungle, they could look to get something going on for them, but I fear that at this point, they're going to need to buy a lot more time than just 1 Dragon's worth.
Oh, that Panda might have to activate the Ragnarok. Winter's Bite comes out, but they cannot activate. Panda's like, oh, there's a wolf. I'll take that last one. They have time to think about extra stuff. 20 minutes into the game already while trying to push in Echo Fox. Echo Fox trying to figure out what the best in is on these fights, what they can find. Bit of damage from Luden's Echo on Lorlo with some Dorans in the Seeker's Arm Guard to keep him safe. He can clear waves, but he can't really take the fights as you would expect right now. Mid lane's being pushed up as 100 Thieves is able to work on all fronts.
They really can. They're trying to maximize the gold value, collapse into the jungle, take down those camps, really get the most out of it. And now that you have no teleports on the side of Fox, they can't even make some big plays. Instead, we have Anda and Someday looking to potentially dive. Instead, Lorlo will just intelligently back off, concede the tower, and move on.
Ooh, there's the Ragnarok and the flash to come out of Panda. He continuously bits it. That's a deja vu as well. Stunt was just in that brush and he didn't leave it. He's setting up camp just to make sure they can get those plays and start getting out some summoners.
That's a pretty big one. Now the Olaf, if he gets caught out of position, he's just going to melt. And I mean, you look at the build that Olaf's got right now. This is basically a 10-minute build at 20 minutes. So he's in trouble. And he can't really go into fights. He's kind of relegated to being a poke champion, which is not what you expect out of a Viking.
No.
Right? You poke with axes.
I don't even think a Viking would poke from their boats. They just dive in and fight you with their bare hands.
Just wait, peel back, and hopefully E the Sejuani do something, because going in first is just not going to work. Look at the item discrepancy. Already a full Warmogs on the Sejuani, and it got nerfed so that you didn't hit 3,000 HP at level 12. So you need the Ruby Crystal to make up.
12 away.
Yeah, so it was so close.
Unfortunate. Looks like 950 gold in bounties to be picked up by this 100 Thieves squad. All turrets stand. They have lost an Infernal, not a shutout. They did get Rift Herald. They have 2 Drakes, and they haven't lost a turret. They have not died. 100 Thieves is looking fantastic as they skirt around their enemy and cannot be found. 40 seconds left on the Mountain Drake. That'll be a nice second pickup so they can start whaling through these objectives a little bit quicker. We have the TMF finished up on the side of, Hydra finished up by Someday, so he's definitely going to be pushing as he hits these waves.
This is it, resorting to grouping up, but now you have to account for the fact that Someday will demand the attention of Lorlo, so these Ezreal and Kaisa carries can't just be babysat around the whole game long. Fox needs to find a window to make the most out of Lorlo's time as he continues to hold Camille into the bottom lane, because the second that he cracks one of those towers, inhibitors are next, the base is soon to follow. There it is, Mountain Dragon. easily in 100 Thieves' hands. Fox is just not ready to fight anything. They're going to need a miracle and a lot of gold, too.
Feels bad to lose Drake, but this is one of the first times that FOXA has actually been able to clear out that jungle. Maybe a good bushwhack with this DPS. They can follow up on a Winter's Bite, concussive blows. It all feels so conditional at this point for FOXA. Everything has to fall in place accordingly for a fight to go in their favor. With the pace that 100 Thieves has currently. And this is game 5 of our first quarterfinal series here for Academy League playoffs. Both teams have definitely given it their all.
But I think there's still a little bit more left in the tank for both of these squads.
That's a good call. Not giving it all yet.
Low. Ooh, getting flanked around. Kai'Sa's here.
Just the one fight where now they buy a little bit of time. Hextech Ultimatum goes down. How much time did they buy? How is Someday still alive? He finally goes down. Great timing by Lorlo as he comes right out of the stopwatch. It's going to be members going back and forth as they trade. The shutdown actually goes to Phil that was on a Corky for 400 gold, so that doesn't feel too bad for 100 Thieves to lose that gold. FOXA does start picking up a little bit more money. They're going to drop Prismal now. That's another bounty of gold. That's a big one going over to Lost, and they picked up at least 600 of that bounty just in that fight.
That's exactly what Fox Academy needed here. It doesn't matter that you trade 3 for 4. That's still a win for you. You get the bounties, and you continue to stall out the game. And it all started with a classic answer to the split pushes. You have the AD be the ganker, and this is the value that we have with the Kai'Sa. Her killer instinct is actually a great ability in collapsing and buying time for the rest of your team.
Well, a fight on the other side, too.
Yeah, it was Olaf that actually ended up taking down the Rakan.
Woo!
But Sejuani, way too beefy. Doesn't matter if you get that extra attack speed, the damage of the Sedge. But wait a minute, this is the Hail Mary.
Panda? Panda's in base right now. Anda's going to be there. Do they have a smite? Is there an unsealed spellbook to get in here? Oh my god, it's actually still taken by Lost in the entirety of the fight. This is insane that Fox would even start that. They knew they had to push the limits on this fight, and they give Baron for the team.
What?
They do lose one. Over the wall goes Yasui. How the crap did they pull this off? That is amazing to turn the tides on 100 Thieves.
That is exactly the miracle that this team needed.
God.
What? Oh my. That was without the Olaf. That was Anda's time to shine. That was free.
Crazy. What can they do after it? It can't stop there. Their blood has to be pumping. That makes the calls even harder. They have to keep calm heads here as they make the right moves to keep it moving. You see how far behind they are. Is they can't push too much, but that is a great pause button on 100 Thieves. Pressure to this game.
They started right away, and 100 Thieves knows you've got Sejuani buying a little bit of time here, just positioning herself, thinking when's the best time to steal. But there is, where is it?
516. So it must have been a WQ.
Wait.
Or more damage in an auto. But that was early.
That was way too early.
It's hard considering that's not your team hitting it. Are they going to burst? Are they talking about not bursting? It seems like they had on the same page.
I don't know. I still think that should have been Anda taking that, but that's why we call that play a Hail Mary.
No, it definitely is.
She answered back. Here you go.
Making all the Grammons happy again on the side of X.
Oh, yeah. We eating tonight.
It was a deathless 100 Thieves just a bit ago. 6 quick kills picked up by FOXA as they start dining on this one. This game 5 has just took a turn for the better for FOXA. Still backs against the wall. Their side of the map is destroyed, and they still don't have a turret to their name on the side of FOXA. So lots of standing gold, but a lot of work to be done.
Yeah, definitely a lot of work, but the itemization is coming in. You now have 3 items on Yasui, soon to be 3 on Lost as well. Not going with the Frozen Fist this time around, going with a little bit more of that mid-game spike, but that ship has long sailed. He's now going to be a little bit squishy, but a little bit more mobile with the movement speed of the Trinity Force.
At what point, Crumbs, if you're the team that's ahead, does it kind of start setting in that, whoa, this is the change in the game, we might have made a mistake? Actually, I think that question's answered right now by 100 Thieves. It has not set in whatsoever. None of their tempo is calmed, and they continue to go forward very quick. Prismal's now going to be on the front line. They have to be a little bit careful. The bot lane's getting pushed in. A lot of work here being done by Someday as they can still work off the ball. just a small pause in their game, not that big of a pause. They knew they were still stronger than Echo Fox, but the plays Echo Fox are making are the right ones, and it's awesome to see that they are being made under such pressure. 100 Thieves now taking down the inhibitor on the bot side, and they're gonna make the game that much harder for Fox to come back now.
And it doesn't matter that your carries are that much stronger, Riv, when you were asking, because the Someday show still demands somebody to be there to watch it.
Absolutely.
100%, and it has to be Lorlo. Nobody else can really stand there and deliver. And so the karma, the shields, the attack speed buffs, and she's going even a little bit more AP. She's just relegated to not being there with the squad, so it forces these carries to not play as aggressive as they would like when their front line is not as strong. They need the karma to be there, and as long as they continue to be split up, they just don't have a front line. And Stunt are just much further ahead than Panda and Phil right now.
Rolling on through, feeling good. A lot of pink wards in the inventory of 100 Thieves. Looks like they want to get those into the jungle of Echo Fox and stay there long enough to protect them. That means Echo Fox isn't going to have much room to work with. They feel like they're safe towards the bottom side of the map and out towards a bit of the mid right now, but it's going to be pushed up to the base gate soon. And they're going to have a lot harder of a fight knowing that Stunt can kind of just hurl himself in once they're pinched up on those base stairs and get charmed up by the quickness.
What we just saw on the screen is a pretty good adaptation from Fox.
Okay.
Lorlo does not need more gold. At 2 items, you're fine. The Ludens is an added bonus to it. You need to put every single ounce of golden experience on your carries. Nobody else is going to win you the game. That's one of the things. You're at this point and you think, all right, if we had full items on anyone, who can win us the game? If Olaf has full build, can he win? No. Karma? No. Kai'Sa and Ezreal. These 2 members must receive the wealth of the wave clearing duties, and that is what's going to take them to the damage breakpoints that they need to deal with a Sejuani that is now 606, Warmog, Stoneplate, and what could be either an an Adaptive Helm, or actually it might just be a Spirit Visage out of her. Or a Night Style.
Could be, yeah. You get a little magic resistance out of Gargoyle, but it wouldn't hurt to get that healing really ramped up. Crazy styles. And you can see the priority, as you were talking about, of Yusui and Lost, that Yusui, knowing he can do quite a bit of damage, has gotten the Knight's Vow from Phil instead of Lost, since Yusui can keep pushing that damage out, and they want to keep him alive for the majority of the fight. So you can see that targeted over to Phil as they get a few more of those resources combined up to help the team out. And tempting Panda and Phil, but they have to be careful. They don't see much past that red area, as the rewards are ever so quickly being cleared out by 100 Thieves' side.
Baron is up.
Baron is up. Baron is being done. Stunt can block just about everybody in this situation. And look at that, heading back towards the wave just to bring it up is going to be Someday. He's wondering how many people are following him, because he's definitely going far down the lane, seeing them come up on the minion.
3 Mountain Dragons allows Baron to be taken as quickly as it spawned. And now Fox has to really think about how do you deal with these team fighting situations when there is a Camille split pushing with Baron and 3 Mountain Dragons. She touches your turrets, they're gone. There's an open inhibitor in the same lane where she's going.
It's gonna have to be a perfect fight. You basically win on inventory at this point. A GA to bring Someday back with a whole hell of a lot of damage. Core items and a 606 and just basically half of your health bar if you're a squishy with a few shots from Saligo. Those items alone have to be taken away for Echo Fox to have kind of a good fight. But now they have to have a perfect fight against those items. They've fallen so far behind, backs against the wall, and they're getting pushed in from just about every side. They decide to put all 5 members mid to see if they can start tacking back on those health bars of 100 Thieves. Cannot be chased in all the way by Someday on the bottom lane, but they still have to respect the minions. Lorlo and Yusui doing a bit of work on that wave. Now another wave is brought in on the top side here by 100 Thieves. Panda's the one down to half HP before the fight even starts, and that's one more shot coming in from Prismal. Can't fight if you are dead, and that's gonna make it tough for Echo Fox. 4 members standing in the base to bring this one to a halt. That's another Nexus turret going down, or another turret, sorry, inhibitor going down on the side of Echo Fox's. 100 Thieves is methodical about everything they're taking.
And now that they've cracked all inhibitors, they just have to escort the waves. Camila's in the bottom lane. Someday is ready. They now are on their last straw for Fox Academy here. This is the last stand, the last fight that they're going to get to defend their way to the semifinals.
Amazingly played by both teams, but a hard separation here in Game 5. 100 Thieves now on the Nexus turrets, not losing a structure of their own, looking to move on to quarterfinals as Echo Fox come flying off the fountain to make sure it doesn't happen. They're giving everything they got, leaving it in the base, and it looks like 100 Thieves is gonna take it, clean it up, and bring it into the next game. They're facing Cloud9, our Golden Guardians, and 100 Thieves are taking the win over Echo Fox.
In just the most commanding game of our series. It started off with an 8-0 lead for this squad, so they definitely strap the shoes, strap the laces, make sure that you bring it all for the last one. And Someday busted out the pick that we hadn't seen out of him in a while, the Camille too. So the team approached draft with all the lessons they had learned in games 1 through 4, targeted Panda, gave away the Karma, and did not give much crowd control to the side of Echo Fox, which in the end ended up being their undoing. Unable to really find a lot of picks, hugs all around. Unfortunate for loss, not able to make it as far as he would have liked, but a valiant performance out of him and his squad.
Yeah, definitely a fantastic game from both teams. 100 Thieves, you can see him getting up quite happy. I'd say elated, exhausted.
Yeah,
is the thing. You know, smiles on their face, but hands in slow, let me pass out. What a fight. And man, did Echo Fox put up a good fight as well. A barn burner from both teams, and right up to the last game, do we have to see them pushing each other, and it just seemed like 100 Thieves was able to edge that out.
I mean, if you looked at the records before, you would have thought this was a 3-0 for 100 Thieves, just crushing the competition.
It's true.
But the second that Echo Fox got on the board, and the way that they did it, the way they approached the draft in making sure that you just got out of laning phase, put yourself in a good team fighting position. They were able to win 2 games, but 100 Thieves answered back in the last one saying, you're going to win team fights? We're also going to go team fights. Let's go.
Yeah, looking back at that game, I think everybody was able to kind of make a highlight moment, a star play, whether or not it looked great or they did what they did for their team. The last Baron was amazing. That's probably one of the tightest Barons I've ever seen a team try to take. When your jungler's coming off the fountain, amazing. I love it. I want more of it. Let's get back on some of the replays, though. Echo Fox here with the comeback fight leading to the Hail Mary Baron. And this is one of the ones we were talking about right here.
Yeah, this is the collapse onto the Camille. Classic play, but unexpected from the Kaisa. Nobody really plays Kaisa mid except Yasui here in NA. So the play ends up getting cleaned up by Fox Academy, and they realize, you know what? There's no way we can play this game out bleeding out. We're going to get split pushed to death. Let's go for the Baron. Let's see what we can get away with.
Boom.
And boy, does it deliver. I think we're about to see that one coming up.
Yeah, it was amazing. The way that they played these, the way that they were able to turn the game and then say, hey, we actually need to take a Baron was amazing. 100 Thieves start to close the doors we see in this fight. I guess we won't get that Baron.
No, we won't.
Troublesome, but it's okay, Crumbs. You know you can relive it in your own brain.
But what we can relive is that 100 Thieves was not phased by losing that Baron, immediately pulling the trigger and knowing that you still have the Camille to back you up. And this is part of the problem of a champion like Olaf. If you didn't snowball, you are just completely useless. You're really not going to be able to contribute to a fight later in the game, which made it very difficult coming off of a 0-3-0.
I love that at that point I was like, Crumbs, so at what point do you think a team kind of says, man, that was bad? They just don't crush
Never.
Never have that mentality. But for more on that playoff win, Pastry is standing by with the victorious jungler. we will get back to Pastry in just a second as we get that microphone on. Apologize to Anda there after their victory. Hopefully we do get to hear from him shortly as they get that situated. Looking at what 100 Thieves has to compete against, it's a Cloud9 or it's a Golden Guardians. And on the other side of that matchup, we saw the games tomorrow as well. Cloud9 has a few teams to choose from. Or, well, two, but not the greatest choices. It's going to be tough competition.
Yeah, we'll have to wait, but I think that the Golden Guardians will be happy to go up against the Thieves as they had just defeated 100 Thieves.
All right, and we are going to toss back to Pastry as they are ready. Fill us in.
Thanks again. Sorry about that. Everyone had a small technical issue. And a long week and a long series here for 100 Thieves, but you finally managed to clinch the series. Did you expect to go the distance here and have to play a Game 5?
Definitely didn't expect to play a Game 5 series because I thought we were a much better team, but I guess we haven't been playing the best as well. A lot of our players have been sick as well, so yeah, it's been a little rough week of scrims and leading up to this match, but I'm glad we won.
Was there anything that you or the team or your coach were kind of going through with you as the games were getting longer and the series was getting dragged on? Like, what were your thoughts heading into that final game?
We put a lot of emphasis on like scaling champs and also pitching the jungle pool, and I think it worked out for us, so yeah.
Yeah, I'd agree, certainly. I have to ask, of course, everyone is talking about Someday, and with good reason. He's such a talented player. But I feel like your play this split has really ramped up, and your combinations with him in particular has been one of the reasons Thieves have gone on such a tear in Academy. What have you thought of your own play this split?
I definitely started off pretty rough. I didn't play the best. And then I just kind of changed my mindset and changed my play style as well to be like pretty aggressive. Obviously playing pretty aggressive picks like Elise, and just controlling the game with like my aggressiveness, I guess, yeah.
Can you tell me about some of those mindset changes? Like, what sort of things did you change kind of ramping into the split?
Are just like different ways to play the game. Or before, I kind of just try to like get an advantage for myself, but I'm just finding other ways to like exploit the enemy team or finding advantages for my laners as well, or more so than before.
And then finally, you're of course moving on now to the semifinals. What are your thoughts about your potential upcoming opponents, and how far do you think you and the rest of the Thieves can go here?
I think we definitely can get to the finals. Since it's my first Academy Worlds, it's a little nerve-wracking, but I think we can take it the whole thing, yeah.
Well, it certainly seems like you played excellent today. Thank you so much, and congratulations on the win. We're going to move it back now to Crumbs and Rave to close out the day.
Thank you so much, Pastry and Anda. Awesome to hear from the teams, and it's awesome to think that they feel as good going in. They know they've gotten better over the season, and it could be something that happens.
They feel the pressure of the Academy Worlds bearing on them.
I like that he said that. It's amazing. Yeah. So through 5 games today, there were many highlights and good performances, but one player rose above the rest to earn Player of the Series honors, and that player is Anda. Out of the jungle, he was a monster, and he was always able to pick it up. Deathless games in 1 and 5. Absolutely crazy play.
Yeah, you really contrast his performance with Panda catching him out multiple times. This was game 1 where he had a stellar Elise performance. I mean, he didn't die. It was, I believe, 6-0-6 at the end, just really all over the map. And every single game, he was consistently finding ways for 100 Thieves to get ahead. And that's exactly what we heard from him in the interview. What he's been focusing on is how do I help everybody else? Look at the kill participation as well, just insane. And as you can see, game by game, the team jungle proximity is like, you know what? I should just be with my team's lanes as much as I can. And that really is the way that junglers have kind of reshaped the meta you have over in EU and China. I'd say some of the strongest regions right now. The jungler is pretty much always ganking.
Yep. Especially we even saw the Yuumi lane going at it for them as well. Oh no, that was on FOXA. I'm sorry, I'm getting all confused now. It's game 5. I'm getting in there. So with their win today, 100 Thieves will move on to the semifinals. They will wait for Cloud9 Academy to choose between them or the winner of tomorrow's best of 5 between TSM Academy and Liquid Academy for a chance at the Academy World title, as we just heard Anda talking about. Prestigious honor to have here.
Everyone's looking for that trophy specifically. It's not just the title, it's about the actual physical cup that you get, that you put on your little trophy case that a lot of these teams have.
An accolade all wish they have. So now for myself, Crumbs, and the entire Academy crew, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow for more Academy playoffs. Don't miss it.
he's getting caught out though.
Ooh, nice. Oh, a flash over the wall. Sligo wasn't able to connect a lot of shots, but Sunday is here for a teleport? Oh no, lost. He is just that in the bot lane, and he's going to go down. That's going to be actually Lorlo from the top side. He does not get stopped as he comes in. Whoa! They get absolutely obliterated as Panda and Lost disappear from the map. Do they have a smite? Is there an unsealed spellbook to get in here? Oh my god, it's actually still taken by Lost in the entirety of the fight. This is insane that Fox would even start that. They knew they had to push the limits on this fight, and they give Baron for the team. What? They're giving everything they got, leaving it in the base, and it looks like 100 Thieves is going to take it, clean it up, and bring it in the next game.